Beautiful thing. So they are all equal, which tells me that this wire being compromised at the connection is going to be my compressor error, which was the 9 green blinks and 5 amber blinks inside. So I think that once I put a new connector on, that I should have heat on this unit. Let's check it out. What's going on? Hope all is well. I am checking. I have a compressor error on a Fujitsu. I'm getting 9 green blinks with 5 amber blinks. It tells me that it's a compressor motor error. I'm waiting for tech support. However, I'm doing some checks on these inverters. The compressor ohms are supposed to always be equal, as opposed to a regular condenser compressor. They're different, and then they usually equal each other. Like you'll have like 1.4 and 0.6 equals 2, let's say, from run to start to common, vice versa. On these, you want them to all be the same resistance values. And here I'm getting, first of all, you could see this compressor wire has been compromised, but my readings will show when I pull the wires off that they don't equal, and I'll show in the next clip. Pulling the stake on when trying to pull the wires off to check from leg to leg to leg, this fell off. So I'm gonna try to actually splice it and then reconnect it and see if I can maybe stop getting that compressor error. However, I still want to check ohms of resistance between each leg. So I'm gonna go connect these on the compressor and see if the compressor reads fine. Then it's probably just this connection that was burned off. But again, why did it burn off? But I'm gonna put some electrical tape around this, put these two back on the proper taps, and then see if I can't duplicate the same 9 and 5 blinks that I think it was 7 or 9 and 5 blinks, but it was a compressor motor error. So let me do something. Throw that Molex connector back on, stake on, whatever you want to call it, back on that compressor. I'm gonna put one on and see if that fixes the problem without having to call tech support. But first I want to check my resistance values. My power here, unit number 3, 5.6 from one leg to the next. That means they should all be 0.6. I don't think, let's see, I don't, because I was checking them before without my, there's 0.6 too. That's good. So let's say, hold on, let me clip that back on. That's good. 6 from that leg to that leg. And then I'm going to pull this red off and put it to that leg, and that should be 0.6 also. So we're going to take that red off and put it to there. Let's see if that's 0.6. So they are all equal, which tells me that this wire being compromised at the connection is going to be my compressor error, which was the 9 green blinks and 5 amber blinks inside. So I think that once I put a new connector on, that I should have heat on this unit. Let's check it out. So I'm just gonna trim this and put a new connector on it. Working in the Northeast, I guess anywhere, it's rain or snow, you drop them in the snow, your tools tend to get wet, and then you don't realize that the next time you go to use them, they get rusted. So I try to keep them dry. the best you can. Anyway, we got this connected. I hope it's large enough, but it looks like it should be fine compared to these. But let's see if I can get it on, and then we'll go start it up. I'm on. I'm gonna put this cap on, which is the wire protector, goes over the wires for safety. And then what we're gonna do is test it, and I think it's gonna work. I really do. Put it on. Again, I was getting my 9 blinks of green with 5 amber blinks, which said compressor motor error. Come out here, and I find, that's where I started the video, but I found that wire with a bad connection. So I put a new tap on it. Let's go see if this thing pushes out heat. First, I'm gonna wrap it up though. I'm gonna wrap up the compressor and put this panel back on and then start it inside. If it wasn't a bad compressor or a board, which I would have to call tech support to find, to get a case number and all that. But let's see if that didn't fix the problem. And maybe we're getting somewhere with these new inverter boards. Not always having to call tech support for once, because not a big fan. I like mechanical stuff. But let me run inside, and I'll button this up after we know for sure it starts to heat. Just kidding. All right, right back. Let's go inside. All right, we're gonna set it to heat. So before I was getting 9 blinks on my operation with a constant economy blink and 5 amber blinks on my timer. Let's see if this guy starts to throw out heat in a couple minutes, because it's got to start up outside and then the fan will start to blow inside. Waiting for that to start inside. I just want to double check, make sure nothing's on fire out here. Just kidding. But let's just start out here, and then I'll go inside and check for temperature. That's coming out. Hopefully that fixes it. Let's see. Okay, we are spinning here. I don't feel any warmth yet, but let's see. Let's go inside and check temperature. I think the butt though, I could hear it from out here, so right now we'll go check it out. Moment of truth. So there we go. We got our fan operation spinning, and let's check temperature coming out. I think we're going to be good on this one, guys. Instead of thinking it was something else, just a little, sometimes detective work, going through it and just being aware of, your connections and all that. A lot of times people might think it's just a compressor or it's the board, but that's heating up pretty nice right now. Let's see what it tops out at, or what, I'm not going to top it out, but if I could get a $110, I'd be happy. $120. Ramping up now. Beautiful thing right there. So just that compressor connection was giving me 9 blinks on my operation and 5 amber blinks on my timer. So, and we check what we do. We check the ohms of resistance, and they were all equal because it's an inverter setup. They're not supposed to be equal unless it's set up with a DC inverter, I believe. Most applications anyway, but I know on these, that's how they're supposed to be. Go check amp draw to make sure that it's within the rated amps, because again, why did it, well, it wasn't burned, but it was just a weak connection, I think. But I'm gonna go check amp draw. Go back to his auto, where they like to keep it. Auto 70, and we're cooking. All right, let me go throw those Phillips screws back in the panel and grab my tools, because I don't forget them like I have many times. That looks friendly. All right, guys, I'm going to go to the next job. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching. See if there's another job.